What's up, everybody? This is your girl, Ashley Johnson Cross, with another episode of Live Big. Listen, on the show today, we're going to be talking about one of your favorite subjects thus far, Dating 101, the ABCs of dating. And on this channel, if you're wondering what we do, I give you principles every single week, how you can live big in a double-digit world. So hang on, you guys. We're getting ready to kick it off in just a few minutes with the ABCs of dating. Hey y'all, I am back. Y'all know I like to always try to take it up a notch on my octaves. Let me know. Hit the like button if you're appreciating it. Listen, what I want you to do right now is to subscribe to this channel. Give me a like really quickly or subscribe right now, or you can do both. But make sure, whatever you do, you hit the notification bell right here. It's kind of below. Hit the notification bell and make sure you choose that you want to be notified every single time I go on and post a new episode. I always post with you in mind. Listen, let's kick it off, you guys, with an important question. As we begin to discuss dating and the ABCs of dating, Dating 101, I want to hear from you. So you guys really tell me, because everybody has an opinion about dating. Some of you have been in them streets pounding, hitting it hard in these streets. In the dating world, and some of you seen great gains and some of you seen great fails. So I want to hear from you. Tell me, make sure you leave a comment. Tell me, what do you believe are the ABCs? Give me 3 fundamentals of dating, and maybe on one of the next episodes, I'm going to feature you and your comment. I want to hear from you right now. Okay, so we are back, and let's just be real. Let's talk about it. It's a lot of opinions out there about what's the one thing or the top secret or what you need to do. And I've even done a video, and you can check out this video right here. Don't date until you do this. But even before we talk about that, there are some fundamentals to me about dating. I may look like a spring teenage chicken. Hit a like right there. Do it. You know you want to do it. But I have some age on me, and I always think age is beauty, and just a little bit of experience. And I want you guys to know that there are certain things before you hit the dating world, or even while you're dating, that you really need to consider in order to be able to date successfully. So I'm not saying these are the only principles, but I do believe that these 3 things, the ABCs of dating, will really help you if you apply them to your dating life. So let's go on and kick it off with, of course, the letter A. All right, so A is the beginning of the alphabet, so I always kind of connect the beginning of the alphabet to the beginning of something that I want to do. So in the area of dating, with this topic, with this principle, to me, this is one of the beginning things that you need to do really before you start to date. And I'm going to give you 2 things under letter A. So it's going to be like A1 and A2. All right. So the first thing you need to ask yourself is, am I ready? To me, this is such a critical question that a lot of people really don't ask. It's like, hey, I've reached the dating age, or for some of my teenagers that are in the audience or young adults, hey, it's just time. I'm 16 or 17, I'm 18. It's just time for me to date, or I'm fresh out of a divorce and I don't want to be alone. So everybody just tells you, just go out. It's just time for you to start dating. Well, I disagree. Before you start dating, you need to make sure that you ask yourself this question. For the A from the beginning is, am I ready? And I've been in relationships before where I started dating too soon, and I had too much emotional baggage, or maybe not even that, but for some of you younger ones, maybe you've got some things about yourself that you haven't yet discovered. And before you go on this great trek and this great hike to discover some things about somebody else, you might want to take the time, friend, to discover some things about yourself. To me, that is really one of the keys to being emotionally healthy and emotionally stable and centered and peaceful within, is when you can ask yourself, am I really ready to take on the likes and dislikes, the personalities and all that, the mood swings, whatever that is, even the good, the bad, and the ugly. And trust me, when you're in a dating situation, no matter how great it seems now, you will experience, if you're in it for any length of time, all three. So first question under A, number one, is am I ready? So I want every person right now, you might can just, leave a comment, or if you're willing to be transparent and say, hey, I am ready. I feel whole emotionally. But then there are some of you that say, you know what? If I was really to be truthful with myself, I'm not ready, Ashley. I need some time. I need to kind of detox. And you can hear more about that in this episode of Live Big, where you can check out things that you don't need to do before you start dating, or things that you maybe should wait on before you date. Again, you can check out the video right here. All right, so back to, am I really ready? So only you can answer that question. But there ought to be some people in your life that you trust. One person, we're not talking about a hater and all of that, but literally somebody that's kind of watched you walk through the journey, for those that are older. And then some of you that may be younger, a parent or an advisor or just a really good friend. Maybe ask them, you know what, do you think that I'm ready? Not that you have to absolutely take their advice, but sometimes I do believe that there's safety in the multitude of counsel. And so it's good to just kind of ask, am I really ready? Have I been needy? Have I been a little bit extra clingy? Is there something that may be a hole in my soul that might needs to be healed before I get back into the dating area? Let me tell you, I did a video recently on the law of attraction, and I really appreciate the feedback that I've been getting. Just check it out right here, the law of attraction. Woo-hoo. But I want you to know that when you are truly ready, and you get your spirit and your soul cleaned out, before you know it, you will begin to attract other people that are just as ready. They're ready for the same desires, the same goals. Even if you're ready to just casually date, and somebody else may be ready to date more seriously, sometimes that can be kind of a little bit of a bump in the road. But when you get your spirit and your soul healed, and you are emotionally whole and well, and you're truly ready, before you know it, listen to me, teenagers and young adults and folks of all ages. I feel like I'm like hosting the circus, but anyway, folks of all ages, when you're really ready to date, there'll be something, a wholeness on the inside, and there won't have to be a try. There won't have to be like a real struggle. Automatically, you'll find that you are attracting people of like mind, like desires, like interests. So the first A, said all of that to say this, the first A in the secrets or the dating 101 or the ABCs of dating is you need to ask yourself, am I ready? Wow, what an epiphany. So the first A1, I know, right? I'm just making stuff up, but I'm having fun. A1 is, am I ready? This is like a pertinent question right now. Go ahead and subscribe to my channel. Do it right now, you guys. I'd love to just kind of partner with you. And if you're interested in doing some further work with me, you can check out my website here below, my lovely website. It is bright and fun and sunny, and trust me, you will be entertained. So check it out again. And I'd love to hang with y'all. So let's get into A2. So A1 was, am I ready? A2 is a little bit controversial, messy, but I love it. It's, am I available? Whoa, y'all know I will clap my hands on this. Am I available? Y'all hear me. Some of you are saying, well, I'm dating. Of course I'm available. Friends, let me tell you something. Just because you're dating does not mean you're available. Oh, if I could take you back to a time where I was dating other people, specifically, transparently, I had a couple of people in rotation. God's brought me out. But I was dating maybe one or two, one person maybe seriously, one person maybe kind of casually dating, but my heart really belonged with another person. And so though I was dating, I was not really available. Y'all, this is so rich and good today. It's just yummy. It's just yummy. Because we have a lot of people, nobody's telling you that you can be dating and really not be ready. and really not be available. So if your heart still belongs to John or your heart still belongs to someone else, you might want to just go ahead and assess the fact, hey, I may be, quote, ready in my mind, but my heart is not available. And you don't want to bring someone else into that sort of situation if your heart still belongs to someone else. That's how people get hurt. That's how things get sticky. That's how it gets complicated. That's how sometimes you end up with some ties to someone that you never really wanted to be tied to. And you kind of feel like you're like confined. But it's because, folks, you weren't ready. And more importantly, you weren't available. All right, everybody. Now we've dealt with the A, the beginnings of dating. Make sure you subscribe, everybody. Listen, give me a like if some of this stuff that I'm saying, if you're kind of vibing with it, like, you know what? I need to ask myself, am I ready? Am I available? But let's get into the B of the ABCs of dating. Let's do it right now, y'all. Okay, so let's get into the B of dating. Who's ready? All right, so now let's deal with the B of the ABCs of dating, you guys. Give me some likes, some hearts, some shares, some thumbs up. You can do it right now. Listen, everybody, the B of dating is so simple, but yet so profound. Here we go. Begin with the end in mind. Folks, y'all know I get pumped up and I get excited. I do. Because a lot of times when we're dating, we don't begin with the end in mind. And this is a principle that I use to train when I'm training business and industry. And for information about the consulting side of my business, you can go to my website here below. I'd love to have you as my client. But you've got to begin with the end in mind. Okay, Ashley, give me an example. So we're just dating, so it's just good. Number one, you need to establish, am I casually dating? Because I think people, like, for some reason, don't really define where they are in the beginning, and they don't begin with the end in mind. Let's like role play example to make it plain for everybody to understand. So if you're dating someone and I have children and I love my kids and I'm an outdoors person and I've got kids and they're of the age where they're running and they like noise, and I may not need to entertain, I'm trying to help somebody, the company of somebody in the dating arena that doesn't like kids. It sounds like rocket science, friends, but it's not. I can't tell you how many people I know that have children that because you are so desperate for company. Y'all, come on in here. Lean in. Hit the like button right now. You're willing to not begin with the end in mind. You know that at the end of this thing, you're going to have to be with somebody that loves your children as much as you do, respects your children, or you might be a big family person. Why in the world would you want to date somebody that cares absolutely, positively nothing, ciao bella. Y'all like my Italian, but they care absolutely nothing about family. Now, I am not talking to some of you that are going to take this to a whole nother extreme. It's always people that's going to take something to another extreme. What do I mean? Okay, to the other extreme is when I say begin with the end in mind. It doesn't mean that if you are, for example, let's say you're a minister. Okay, this is good. Friend, you don't have to take your Bible on a date. See, this is for the world right here. If you are somebody that's got like a specified technical job, just because you're dating doesn't mean that you got to lead in and let the whole entire date be about you and what you want to do. Begin with the end in mind. That's B1. B2 is balance. You got to begin with the end in mind, but you also have to give room for the relationship to develop. But with that said, don't even invest in something. Don't put your coins in a slot machine that ain't nobody won on. I'm helping somebody right now. I want you to really think about it. ABCs of dating. So, am I ready? Am I available? But I've got to begin with the end in mind. what do I really want in the end? And let me stop lying and telling myself that I want something different. So dating someone and telling someone you're not interested in getting married when you got under your bed is a whole bunch of bride magazines and clippings and pins and all of that. And your Barbie's been Ken and you've done the marriage ceremony with all your toys since you was 3. Why in the world would you date somebody? Because that may be what they want. Why would you lie to yourself and tell yourself that that's what you want? Friend, I'm going to tell you in the words of my good manager, it's not going to end well. It won't end well because you're beginning the relationship, the dating, the courtship, whatever you want to call it, with a lie. Number 2, for the B in the ABCs of dating, begin with the end in mind. All right, everybody, we have now gotten to the C, the C of the ABCs of dating. So I don't know about you guys, but I'm ready. I'm ready to share the C with you. Make sure you subscribe right now to this channel right here below. Go on and subscribe. Hit the notification bell. I want to be a part of your world every single week. Most weeks I'm going to post every Thursday and Saturday. Look for me. I want to be in your world. I want to be in your business. Okay, you guys, now we are at the C in the ABCs of dating. And this one may get some of your feelings kind of hurt. Casual sex will get you caught up. Oh, I said it. Whoa! I feel like I need like a fan or a tambourine player behind me. I'm going to say it again, friends. Casual sex will get you caught up. And some of you saying, that's right, venereal diseases and babies. And no, I mean, all of that, of course, is a possibility. But I'm talking about caught up emotionally. When you're trying to date somebody and in the middle of dating, because we are people that feel and we like to express our love and all of that, a lot of times we walk ourselves into relationships that have not been tested, that have not been tried. And when I say tested, tried, I mean, I'm talking about super casual. Now, I have my own religious beliefs because I believe God is always the best teacher. I just do. But even for those of you that are just out in these streets casually dating, you're casually dating, and while you're casually dating, you're casually having sex, and then you're wondering why you get caught up. Casual sex clouds your thinking. Casual sex clouds your judgment. Casual sex gets you caught up in soul ties of affection. No, we know what this is. We know that this is nothing more than just, I pick up the phone call and it's casual sex. Let me tell you something, especially speaking from a female perspective. Some of the females, you got the hardcore ones, we know what this is. But there's a little voice on the inside that it's like a little itty bitty whisper for the hardest core female. Sometimes it's a little itty bitty whisper. Come on, whisper, that this could turn into something. It's a whisper. This could be something. What if he changes? What if he changes his mind? Could this be something? It's like a little itty bitty whisper. But I'm yelling to you. I'm helping the nation right now. Woo! I need y'all to make sure y'all subscribe because, friends, this is for the world. This is for the world. For the world. I want you to know that casual sex will get you caught up. And I know some, like Think Like a Man, that movie had where she had like a 90-day rule or some sort of rule. Folks, I'm trying to tell you. I'm telling you from a position of deliverance. I'm telling you from somebody that is a life coach and has had to walk a bunch of people through some of the combat. Oh, yes. The combat from casual dating and casual dating that leads to casual sex. Friend, it's not going to end well. I really want you to know, especially if you take B into consideration, where you're beginning with the end in mind, you got to begin to ask yourself and assess a value. Assess a value to you. Don't wait on someone else to assess a value. That's a whole nother video that's going to be coming soon. Assess a value to you. What are you worth? Friend, and if you know that that's not what you want your end to look like, don't be the sacrificial lamb. Oh, I mean that. You don't have to be the sacrificial lamb. You don't have to be the great sacrifice. You don't have to be the one that pays it all and lays their life down. No, you don't have to be the one to sacrifice your identity and your dreams and all of those things for something that's casual. Friend, casual sex will get you caught up with this C because it's so good. It's hot right now. It's like a tamale. It's just hot. Yeah. Feel like I could do like some salsa dancing. Hey. I mean, it's just hot right now. Spicy, caliente. I want y'all to stick around. There is a C2 in the ABCs of dating. If you like what you're hearing so far, hit the like button. Leave a comment. Let me know that you're enjoying this broadcast. Hang around. I'll be right back with C2. C2 is Can We Talk? Oh, sha-na-na-na. This is so important in the area of dating is can we talk? And I know we're in a digital world right now where we spend more times with our head down, even driving some people, than actually conversating. But honey, if there was ever be an apocalypse and the phones go out, what y'all gonna do? Some of y'all don't know what y'all gonna do because you can't talk. The art of conversation is still critical in the area of dating. I truly believe the proverb that out of the abundance of the heart, the mouth will speak. And if we're never speaking, if we're never talking, if we're never communicating, then there is a problem. We've got to be able to at times put our phones in a basket or a bin and say, you know what, babe, let's talk. And they've got all sorts of apps and all sorts of relationship things. They're on Pinterest and relationship questions and conversation starters. Why in the world do you think in 2020 that we need conversation starters? It's because a lot of the art of conversation has been lost. And so if we're not texting or if we're not doing something that's dealing with social media, then we struggle. But friends, if you're going to date and date healthy, even in 2020, even in a double-digit world, we need to be able to talk. Can you conversate? Have you ever dated somebody and then they were so cute until they started talking? See, this is why conversation is critical. Friend, C2, can we talk? All right, you guys, I have really enjoyed this episode. It's been fun, and I've been just having a great time just kind of hanging out with you guys and talking to you about a subject that I'm finding that a lot of you love for me to cover. So I want you to make sure that you're following me. Follow me on my Facebook and follow me on my Insta. I would love to just kind of hang with you through social media and hear your thoughts and your feedback on the Live Big Show. So listen, let's review. A, B, C, D. Well, we don't have a D, so that song didn't go, but still, y'all know where I'm headed. Let's review with the ABCs of dating. Dating 101. Let's begin with the letter A. And really, in the beginning was the letter A. So to me, this is one of the foundational things that you need to do. It's number one, ask yourself, am I ready? This is so vitally important in the area of dating. Before you go about trying to find out if everybody else is ready, you need to ask yourself, am I ready? All right. Number two, you also need to ask the question, am I available? Have I availed my heart, my soul, my mind for a relationship? Or am I right now only dating because I'm lonely, but my heart really belongs to somebody else? Friend, you don't need to do anything in the area of dating until you truly are emotionally and not just physically available. That was good, right? Right. Give me a like if you like what I'm saying. All right. So B, it was only one B. You got to begin with the end in mind. And this point stands alone. You got to make sure that when you're dating, you already have the end in mind of what you want. Not what you want for you and that person's relationship. What are your personal goals? Make a list. What are your personal goals? What would you like to see? Where would you like to be in the next couple of years? And if you dating somebody and they're transient and they like to move around, don't be surprised and show up for counseling when you end up in a long-term relationship and this person moves. Folks, these are things that's like we close our eyes to. I remember when my son was like a toddler, I vividly remember that when he would be with his dad and he didn't want me to take him with me, he would close his eyes because in his mind, if he couldn't see me, I couldn't see him. Right? The logic behind that. And it really did work for him. And I really believe, y'all, that's how a lot of people are dating. It's like it's certain things I'm just going to close my eyes to. It doesn't matter that all on your page is trips where you're in Europe and you're in Africa and you're in London and you're in Zimbabwe and you're in Antigua. I don't know what I feel like on the inside of me is going to change that about you. That when you get with me, that we're going to be sitting in the house all day, every day. Woo! This doesn't make any sense. You got to begin with the end in mind. And finally, C1 is also very, very vital. And it did hurt some people's feelings. Sorry, not sorry. But casual sex will get you caught up. Friend, whoa. I could do a whole nother segment on the people that have been caught up by casual sex. Like, hey, it's just whatever I'm feeling. It's just whatever. Honey. That thing will get you so emotionally discombobulated, you won't be able to think straight. Your judgment will be clouded. And before you know it, you will be caught up. Ask me how I know. God's so good. He's good, y'all. All right. And C2, can we talk? I'll get back to y'all on that. I'll research that. But literally, maybe Tevin Campbell. I'm not sure, but I'm coming back. I digress. But can we talk? It's so critical for us to be able to conversate. I know we're in a digital world. Well, I know it's 2020 and we living our best life. But friend, you won't know that you're hooking up with a fool if it's only through text. Oh, she said it. She said it and she is me. You've got to make sure, hey, we may need to slide the phones to the right for a minute, turn it off, put it on do not disturb, and we need to eye to eye. We need to talk. I want to know about you. I don't want to know about your social media. I want to know about you. And sometimes people don't even know about themselves because they're living a lie that social media has created as a fake world. That's an episode for another day. Listen, you guys, I hope you've enjoyed this review of the ABCs of dating. What's up? Have y'all noticed I've been getting higher and higher in my range? I hope y'all appreciate it. Listen, give me a like right now. I appreciate you guys hanging with me every single week on Live Big. I hope you enjoyed this episode of Dating, the ABCs of Dating. Dating 101. What to do if you're going to get in the dating world. Follow something simple as your ABCs. Join me next time as we share tips on how you can be big in a double-digit world every single day, you guys. Remember, whatever you're going to do it big.